Hi everyone, my name is Camila Troll and this is my digital story called Different Paths, Same Classroom. Okay, so in my English classroom, I see diversity every day. My students bring different backgrounds, different learning styles, and of course, different ways of understanding English. At first, I used to teach everyone in the same way, but then I began to notice that while some students progressed quickly, others were struggling to keep up with the learning. So, this made me reflect on my practice, and I realized that treating everyone the same was not the same as being fair in the learning process. Because of this, I started to offer my students different ways to show their learning. I incorporated more flexible strategies to respond to their individual needs. As students began to feel more supported, their confidence and participation in the class started growing and gradually increased, and the classroom environment became more collaborative and, of course, inclusive. Through the experience, I learned that inclusion is not only teaching strategy, but it's also a mindset that must guide our daily practice as teachers, as educators. Okay, so the real challenges I faced during, or I have faced during my whole experience, um, I can recall one because I teach English and literature, and I was working with students that had very different language proficiency levels. Because basically, in a classroom, in a normal classroom, that's what you find, right? Different kids with different proficiency levels. Um, and also, well, some students are more confident when using English than others. So I clearly remember a moment when there was one student that he rarely participated, especially in oral activities, and often avoided eye contact when I addressed him or the class. At first, I thought it was lack of interest from the kid, but then I later realized that the student was afraid of making mistakes in front of their classmates, especially when they are teenagers. They are very afraid of what others are going to say. This situation made me reflect on my teaching practices, and I began to incorporate more flexible options for these type of kids. For example, pair share, visual supports, small group discussions, time to prepare before participating in class. And then little by little, this student started to participate more actively. This experience showed me that sometimes the barrier is not the content itself, but the emotionally safety, if we can say, of some students in the classroom. Okay, so through this experience, I learned that promoting equity and inclusion requires constant observation. You need to know your students and pedagogical flexibility. That's one of the main things. I understood that treating all students exactly the same is not. It doesn't guarantee that they're gonna learn the same or that you're being fair. Instead, teachers must intentionally design strategies to respond to all learners and the different needs and language levels, of course. And especially now that we know all about learning styles and all that stuff. Personally and professionally, this process has helped me to become more reflective and a responsible educator in some way. And I know now that inclusion is not an isolated strategy, but it's got to be present in all of your teaching practice. And it is also an ongoing commitment. It must be your commitment as a teacher to create safe learning environments where all the students feel valued and supported and respected and capable of learning a second language with confidence. So I like this this final sentence that I shared, and it says, inclusion is an ongoing commitment in my teaching journey. Thank you very much.